Okay, for this project I'm going to be using just regular Red Heart Super Saver. So worsted weight 4-ply acrylic, but any 4-ply yarn that you have will work. And I'm going to be using a size H. It's a 5mm crochet hook. And you want to start with your slip knot on your hook. I'm just going to be making these little basic granny squares to start off. What I do when I want to make a bag, like if I want to copy a designer bag, or try to make one, I look on the internet for one that I like, and like, great, this is what I'm doing, and I just keep it on my phone right beside me the whole time while I'm recording, and just I just look at it as I go, try to get it as close as I can. Okay, you want to start off with a chain of 4. And then you want to slip stitch into the first stitch to form a ring. Like that. Now I'm going to start by chaining 1. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to do 3 double crochets through the center of the ring. So I'm going to yarn over and go right through the ring and do my double crochet. I'm going to do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to do a chain of 2. 1, 2. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do 3 more double crochets through the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go back and do 3 more doubles. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and I'm going to go do 3 more doubles one more time. 1, 2, 3. So I got 4 sets of 3 double crochet with a chain 2 in between them. So I need to chain 2 one more time, and then I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet like that. And if you pull your tail, you can usually tighten up that center circle a little bit, make it a little smaller. And now I want to get over here and I'm going to be working in the corners. These are my corner spots. So I'm going to slip stitch over to this first. So I'm going to go on my next stitch and slip stitch. Go on the next one, slip stitch, and then jump right over into this corner spot, slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to chain 1. And now I'm going to do 3 double crochets all through this corner spot. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to go back into the same spot and do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to jump right over to the next chain 2 space or the next corner spot and do the same thing again. So I'm going to yarn over, go through it, and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go back into the same spot, 3 more doubles. 1, 2, 3. Jump over here to the next spot, do the same thing, 3 doubles, a chain 2, and 3 doubles all in that same corner spot. And then I'm going to do the same thing in my last spot over here. 3 doubles. Chain 2. 3 more doubles. Now I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to go around the whole piece to finish it off with a row of single crochet. So I'm going to start with a chain 1. Now I'm going to go back into the exact same stitch that I just slip stitched into and single crochet. And I'm going to put 1 single crochet in the top of every stitch all the way around. And when I get to these chain 2 spaces, or these corners, I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each one of them. And then you want to make sure that you're getting this stitch right here. Sometimes it gets hidden. And I'm just going to go along, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. Two in this corner. And then continue with 1 in every stitch. And you just want to repeat this all the way around. And then when you get back to the beginning, slip stitch into your first single crochet, and you can tie it off. Like that, and then you kind of want to just stretch it out so it doesn't curl up on you. Like that. And that's what we have. Like that. Now you want to go ahead and do a total of 6. I know when I'm looking at the picture here that they have 8. And you can do 8 if you want, but I think 8's going to make it too big because I know they used a lot smaller of a needle because they used a different type of a yarn, a twine yarn kind of. And I'm just using regular yarn, so it's going to make it thicker, bigger. So I'm only going to do 3 on top and 3 on bottom, but you go ahead and do 8 if you want. It's just going to be pretty large. So I'm going to finish my 6 up, and I'll meet right back up with you. Okay, once you get your squares done, I'm going to slip stitch them together, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to put the back sides facing me. Like that. So I'm just going to start by grabbing these 2 right here. Just put them kind of like this. Back sides facing you. Put them together. And just try to match up the stitches here. And when I slip stitch it together, I'm going to be going through the front loops on this side and the back loops on this side. So I'm going to be going through that first loop on this one. You can see the other loops right down here. And on this piece, the back loop. Like that. There's the front loop of it. I'm going in the back loop on that piece. And that's how I'm going to slip stitch them all together. Front loop on this one, back loop on this one. So go ahead and try to get the corner stitches here. Front loop on the first one, back loop on the other one. Go through, and I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go to the next stitch here, front loop of it, and the next stitch on the other piece but the back loop, and slip stitch. And I'm going to do this all the way down. Front loop on the first piece, back loop only on the back piece. So front piece, front loop, back piece, back loop. I'm going to do this all the way down. When I get to the end, and you open it up, you can see that it just kind of left them ridges there. And I'm going to grab this next piece, these next two right here, and put them together. And I'm just going to continue across without cutting my yarn. You can cut it if you want, it's up to you, but so I'm going to start by the front loop on the front piece, back loop on the back piece, and I'm just going to continue slip stitching it on. So now they're connected there. And I'm just going to continue this to the end here. And when you get to the last one now, I'm going to clip it off. So I'm going to tie that off. And open it up. And we got those sewed together. Now you want to sew these on. So make sure you're doing it on the wrong side. So I'm going to flip them back over. And I'm just going to sew it on the same way, this one. And then continue with this one. Okay, I got those sewed up, and now what I want to do is flip it to the wrong side and fold it, and then sew straight across here to sew up that center. Same way, just slip stitching, front loop in the front piece, back loop in the back piece. When you get to here where there's the seam from the last one, just jump across it and then start slip stitching again. And the first available stitches here. Just like that. And just continue across until you get to the end. It's hard to see here. I'm just going to jump across this again. Just jump right over the seam into the first stitches available on the other side and slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to go around and straighten up all these edges and stuff. I got the front side facing me now. So you can start anywhere you want. I'm just going to start up here in one of these stitches. And I'm going to chain one. I'm going to go back into the same stitch, single crochet, and I'm going to put one single crochet in every stitch here across. And when I get to this dip, I'm just going to continue putting a single, I'm just going to put a single crochet. My tail's back there. Single crochet in the dip area here. One on this side of it, and then one on this side of it. And then I'm just going to continue putting one single crochet in every stitch. Show you that again up here. Okay, you can see right here that there's a stitch here that has a slip stitch through it. Go ahead and go through both loops on that one. Single crochet, and then jump over to the next stitch that has the slip stitch in it. You see it's right here. Go through both loops on that one and single crochet. That'll kind of close that gap up a little bit like that, and then continue across, putting one single crochet in every stitch, and it straightens the top out a little bit. Now it's not perfect, but it's not perfect when I look at the picture either, so I'm just going to continue around, one single crochet in every stitch, and then when you get to those little gaps, just kind of close them up like that, like I showed you. And you do that all the way back around to the beginning. Okay, I made it all the way back around to the beginning. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around again with another row of single crochet. So I'm just going to, if you want to put a stitch marker here to remember where you started, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump over to the first single crochet, a single crochet in it, and I'm going to go around again, just putting one single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Okay, I made it back to the beginning after my second round of one single crochet in every stitch. Now I'm going to slip stitch into my first single crochet. Now I'm going to go across the top here and make do triple crochets, and that's where I'm going to weave the ribbon in later. So I'm going to start off with a chain of 4 like that. Now I'm going to go across and put one triple crochet in every stitch across the top here. So triple is where you yarn over twice, go in, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, yarn over, go in through the next 2 loops, yarn over and go through the last 2 loops. And I'm going to put one triple in every stitch across. Just like this. Like that, and you want to do that until you get to right over here. Okay, and you can see I went all the way across the top here, just in kind of up here in the corner somewhere. It doesn't have to be exact, but don't tie off. So now what I'm going to do is, keeping this, my loop on my hook, I'm just going to chain 1. Now I'm going to work down this triple crochet and back around, putting single crochets again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a loop off this triple crochet like that and do a single crochet, and then I'm going to go and grab another loop on the side of it, single crochet, and then down here another loop on the side of it, and single crochet. So I did 3 single crochets in that last triple, and now I'm just going to continue down, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, just like this. And when you get down here to these corners, if you notice them kind of flipping up a little bit, well, I'll show you what you can do to fix that once I get to it. And you can do this if you notice yours flipping. When you get down here to the corner, around the corner stitches, just put 2 single crochets in like 2 or 3 of them, 2 or 3 of the corner stitches, and that'll kind of make it lay flat a little bit better. So I'll put 2 in that one, 2 in the next one, and then 2 in the next one. And you can do that on all your corners if you want, and that flattens it out a little bit. And now I'm just going to continue around, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. And I'll probably do that same thing to the corner over here because I noticed it's flipping up a little bit. Okay, I made it back up to here. I'm going to continue to go across the top here, single crochet. So I'm just going to do some single crochets up this chain 4. And continue across, putting a single crochet in every stitch, every one of these triple crochets across the top. I made it back down over to here to where I started putting the single crochet. I went across the top here of my triple, and I'm back to the beginning. So I'm going to slip stitch into my very first single crochet here on the side. Now I'm going to do some shell stitching around it, around the sides and the bottom. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go back into the exact same stitch that I just slip stitched into and single crochet. Now I'm going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch I'm going to put 5 double crochets. Like that. I'm going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch I'm going to put a single crochet. Skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch I'm going to put 5 double crochets. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip 1, put a single crochet in the next, skip 1, and put 5 doubles in the next. So that's the pattern I'm going to do all the way around, except for I'm not going to do the top, just around both sides and the bottom. Skip 1, single crochet in the next, skip 1, 5 doubles in the next. Skip 1 and single crochet in the next, skip 1 and 5 doubles in the next. And that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, when you make it all the way around here, it doesn't have to end exactly even up here. Just end it in a single crochet once you get close to the top here. And then tie it off. Oh. There's going to be a bow up here, so you can't really be able to tell that it didn't end, if it didn't end perfect or not. Okay, now we'll work on the bag piece. So you want to start with a slip knot. And I'm going to do a chain for the length of kind of my bag here. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of just doing this as I go. I don't really know what's going to come next when I make these bags. Okay, I'm just going to start with a chain of 35. I think that'll probably work. And if yours might be a little different, you kind of just hold it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but something like that. Now this main portion is just going to be rounds of single crochet. So I'm going to put one single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and then one single crochet for the length of the chain, one in each stitch. When I make it to the end here, I put one single crochet in my last stitch. I'm going to just kind of flip it. I'm going to start working on the back side of the chain. So I'm going to go into that same last stitch again and put another one. And now I'm just going to work across, putting one single crochet in every stitch on the, it's actually the bottom side of the chain, but you can kind of hide that tail if you want as you go. So you want to do this until you get to the other side. When you make it back to this side, I like to put one single crochet again in the same stitch that we started in. That way there'll be two in that one to match the other side. And now what I'm going to do is just do rounds of single crochet. So if you want to get a stitch marker so you know where you end and where you begin, I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to jump to the first single crochet, and I'm just going to keep going around now, round and round and round of one single crochet in every stitch all the way around. And when I get back to my stitch marker, I'll just move it up and continue going around again, one single crochet in every stitch. I'm going to do several rounds. I'm not sure how many I'm going to do yet, just kind of winging it. So I'm going to do it till it gets to the height of my bag here. So I'm going to keep going around and I'll let you know here in just a little bit how many rows I do. Okay, I did a total of 32 rounds. I'm going to do a few rows just back and forth across one side. So what I'm going to do is chain one, once I get to my stitch marker, chain one and turn. I'm going to go across this back side here with one single crochet in every stitch until I get to the other side. So what I'm doing is making the back a little taller than the front. Just like that. And I want to do that one single crochet till I get right about over to here. You make it just about to here. You can see how it's a little taller now. Just chain one and turn, and I'm going to go across that same row again with one single crochet in every stitch. Okay, I made it back again to this side. And again, I'm just going to chain one and turn and go across this back side again. And I want to do that for a total of 4 rows. I already did 2, so I'm going to go back once and then once more. Okay, once you got your 4 rows here across the back, now I'm going to sew this front on. And I'm going to sew it wrong side out. So I got my back here facing me, and I'm going to flip this upside down. And I'm going to sew it up here to the top. Here's the row of triple crochets, but the back's side's facing me, the good side's facing in. And I'm going to line it up here. I'm not going to line it up on the shells. I'm going to line it up on the triple crochets like that, so the shells kind of hang over. And I'm going to slip stitch it together. If you wanted to use a darning needle, you could do that. So I'm going to start in the first stitch on my flat piece, and then my first triple crochet, pull through and chain 1, and I'm going to go to the next stitch on my flap back here and the next triple crochet, and slip stitch them together. I'm going through both loops on both pieces this time. That piece, grab one on that piece, and slip stitch. And I'm going to do this all the way down, slip stitching it on. Just like that. And my shell stitches, they hang over. Okay, now you want to take your ribbon and we'll weave it through the top here. I'm going to skip the first 2, or go leave these 2 and pull through. I'm going to skip 3 and go under these 2. Skip 3, go under the next 2. Skip 3, go under 2. I'm going to do this to the end. And come out the last one here. It's going to be kind of folded in half because this is a larger ribbon. Now I'm going to pull it out long so I can tie a bow with it. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to go down the back with it too. So, up here. And I'm just going to kind of skip these and go under these. Skip these and go under these. Just to get back to the other side so we can make a bow. And then I'm going to come out the same spot here. Okay. Okay, now you just want to tie a big bow. Okay, I just kind of tied a bow on here. I'm not very good at doing bows, but after I got it tied, what I like to do is kind of put a little bit of glue on it to hold in place. Hot glue. Make sure you use the low heat hot glue gun. I'll probably glue these things down at the top here so they stay put. I just kind of worked with the ribbon until I made it look okay. It's not the greatest, but. And then I'll put a couple little drops here on the sides to keep it down. I'll do it on the other side. Just put little drops on these two and then underneath these to hold it in place. And then that is it, other than the handle. You can just carry it as a clutch, or the picture has a chain. You can use an old necklace, or you can get a purse chain and attach it on. Or you can just make a handle out of yarn if you want. I'll probably just put this old necklace on it, sew it on up here. But that's all there is to it.
Okay, once you get your strap attached or your chain or whatever you're going to use, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I think it turned out okay. Probably not my best look-alike bag that I've ever made, but it looks okay, I guess. But I hope you were able to follow along okay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to check me out on Facebook.